Hello, friends. Ted Bundy was one of the most infamous serial killers in American history, remembered for his charm, intelligence, and horrific crimes. He was born Theodore Robert Cowell on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont, to Eleanor Louise Cowell. For much of his early life, Bundy was told that his grandparents were his parents, and that his mother was his sister, creating a confusing and troubled childhood. Later, his mother married Johnny Bundy, whose surname Ted eventually took. Bundy grew up in Washington state and appeared to live a relatively normal life. He was intelligent, attractive, and sociable, often described as charming. He studied psychology at the University of Washington and later attended law school, though he never completed his degree. Beneath this seemingly ordinary surface, Bundy harbored dark impulses that would lead him to become a manipulative predator. In the early 1970s, Bundy began a series of abductions and murders of young women, mainly targeting college students. He lured his victims by pretending to be injured or in need of help, exploiting their kindness to trap them. Once abducted, he sexually assaulted and murdered them, often returning to crime scenes to engage in disturbing acts with their remains. Authorities believe Bundy may have killed more than 30 women across several states, though the true number remains unknown. Bundy was first arrested in 1975 for attempted kidnapping, but managed to escape suspicion of the murders. Over the next few years, he was arrested multiple times and even escaped custody twice, once in 1977 from a courthouse in Colorado, and later from a jail in Glenwood Springs. After his second escape, he fled to Florida, where he committed some of his most brutal attacks, including the Chi Omega sorority house murders at Florida State University in January 1978. He was finally captured in February 1978 after being pulled over for driving a stolen vehicle. Bundy faced several trials and was convicted of multiple murders. He conducted much of his own defense, displaying his arrogance and desire for control. Despite his manipulative charm, the evidence against him was overwhelming. He received 3 death sentences for his crimes. In the years leading up to his execution, Bundy confessed to dozens of murders, though experts believe he withheld many details. His case drew massive media attention, with many fascinated by how someone so outwardly charismatic could hide such a monstrous side. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at Florida State Prison. Crowds outside celebrated his death, holding signs and chanting. His legacy remains one of horror, leaving a lasting impact on criminology, psychology, and popular culture. Bundy is often cited as an example of how serial killers can mask themselves behind a facade of normalcy, making him one of the most studied criminals in history. Even after his death, Ted Bundy's crimes continue to fascinate and terrify the public. His ability to blend into society, present himself as educated and respectable, and use his charm to manipulate women challenged the traditional image of what a killer looked like in the 1970s. Unlike the stereotypical outcast criminal, Bundy had many friends, romantic partners, and even worked on political campaigns. This duality between his outward appearance and his secret life of violence made him an especially chilling figure. Investigators and psychologists studied Bundy extensively to understand the mind of a serial killer. He displayed traits of antisocial personality disorder, psychopathy, and narcissism. He lacked empathy, showed no remorse for his crimes, and thrived on control and power over his victims. Bundy also had a deep need for attention, which became clear during his trials, where he often acted as his own lawyer and enjoyed the spotlight of national media coverage. His execution marked the end of a notorious chapter in American crime history, but his case had lasting effects on law enforcement practices. The Bundy investigation highlighted the need for improved coordination between police departments across states, as he committed murders in multiple jurisdictions without early detection. His case also underscored the importance of recognizing behavioral red flags, as Bundy had been suspected by some acquaintances before his arrest, but managed to deflect suspicion through his charm. Over time, Bundy's life and crimes have been the subject of countless documentaries, books, movies, and academic studies. From courtroom footage to interviews with investigators, his case remains one of the most documented in true crime history. He became a dark, cultural symbol of the hidden predator, the kind of killer who could look ordinary, trustworthy, and intelligent, but behind the facade carried unimaginable brutality. Today, Ted Bundy's legacy serves as both a warning and a study of human psychology. His story is not just about the murders, but also about society's struggle to understand how someone like him could exist. For many, he represents the terrifying reality that evil can sometimes wear a friendly face.